Woo! Yeah! What up, everyone? What up, Team Pineapple, yeah.
Really hurt my ears.
Yeah. Hello. That's the quick win for the win. I'm the pineapple I go by Happy. And welcome. Hopefully you can feel these vibes. Hopefully you can feel these energies. And hopefully, wherever you're at, you're doing very good. You're doing very well. And again, here we go with the kava-sation. Come on.
Can you even say time? Kava-sation. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So we split our program, our show into 3 parts. We got the good vibes. We got the kava. We experience it. We give you a little bit of why we drink it, why we experience it, where it comes from, and why it is so amazing. And then finally, we finish with the kava-sation.
And what's the topic today?
The topic of the day is, why do you care? Wow, how fitting. How fitting.
Okay. Okay, let's dive in. Where are you reading your stories from?
All right, so the good vibes come from this wonderful book. The gentleman is B. Stanton. B. Stanton. He is the creator of the Humans of New York project. Basically, connected, interviewed random people, wrote their stories down. And this one is from 40 different countries and people from those countries. Originally it was from New York, now it's from around the world. And this first story is from, let's see.
Oh, did you not have a story?
I did.
But then it looks like you're changing your mind or something.
Yes. Actually, it's this one right here.
Yeah, I'll just stick with the one you found.
This one
smooth.
comes from New York. These 2 right there. And basically, it's a very short one. It goes, I'm not his father. I'm his friend. How'd you meet? I love his mother. And it was a package deal. I like that. I like that. Any thoughts you get from that one, Quinn?
Wait, can you turn back? I want to read it again. I'm not his father. I'm his friend. How'd you meet? I love his mother. And it was a package deal. It was just very...
Looks like they're at a cafe.
Yeah, and look at the son has his arm around him. They just seem
Not
to be...
son.
Oh.
His friend.
So it's kind of like, I feel like that's like a great way to kind of like come into the family as that, because the kids can be like, oh, who's that? He's not my dad or whatever, But it's like, no, I'm just here to be your friend,
Yeah.
For people who are entering into a relationship with that person who already has a child.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really sweet. That's awesome. Found a friend.
It is.
Found a friend in the relationship.
I like to say love is very, very powerful, and it will have us doing and going above and beyond. At times, it seems like love is what allows us to transition from being selfish to unselfish or selfless. And that's how powerful it is. With this example, love the mother, and he could be selfish, and he could be like some others have chosen and said, I don't want nothing to do with your son. But instead, the love was that strong that it allowed him to be open and become selfless to allow another one in. That right there is the good vibes. And here goes this young gentleman, this person from the Philippines, Manila. Oh. My young son is very curious, Every time I come home, he asks me so many questions. He wants to know all about my day. It's motivating for me because I always want to have something exciting to tell him. But recently, I've been out of work, so there isn't much to say. I've been going on so many interviews without any luck. I don't try to hide anything from him because he sees that I'm striving. I just tell him I'm looking for a job that suits me, and I still haven't found the right one yet. But today, I finally found a new job selling security equipment. I'm starting tomorrow, so I'm very excited to go home and report the good news. I like that. I like that.
I like the part where he says he's not going to hide anything. That is pretty. I feel like that makes a whole world of difference with the dynamic with like parent and kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see this as his story. What's very telling is his story. Just like this, for example, just to be able to go on and you don't know what to say and just to be hella random and just to keep coming on, keep coming on, keep coming on, keep coming on, and keep pushing and keep pushing. It takes a little courage. It takes a little grit. It takes a little Clint Eastwood vibes to keep doing this. And that's where I believe and I know is where the magic is. Like in the day and age that we have, creation is everything. Creation is everything. And the way he's sharing his stories with his son, I just think to myself, hey, why don't they create something like this? Talk about your days. Talk about your situation. Talk about how you're going to overcome. And talk about how you're looking to find jobs. Because here's the thing, and this is what I have ingrained in my head. All we need is 1,000. 1,000 true followers paying $5, $5 to $10 a month, because they love you and where you're going. They love you and your vision. They love you and what you have to put out there. That right there is 5 racks. 10,000 every single month, just by you sharing you, by being yourself, by believing and knowing that you're good enough already. All you need to do is just be consistent and come on. But then we got this little thing in our head. Don't do that. That's stupid. Don't do that. You can do it later. Da. Hey, brother. Hey, sis. Let's just do this. That's what we need more of. That's what we need more of. And so I'm happy that he's excited. Mm-hmm. I'm happy to get this perspective. I'm happy to get this story. Because I showed it to a buddy of mine earlier today. The Asian. He stopped by. And normally he's super negative. He's not the most positive pineapple out there. I wouldn't even call him a fruit. He's more of a old potato.
Oh, man.
And even he was like, hey, this actually has some cool stories in it.
Oh,
he was actually flipping through and reading them. And he even had an idea. It's like, man, you need to do that. You need to do it. Because it's actually a great idea. And he has the gift of gab. He can talk and talk and talk and talk. Like, for example, I jumped up on the bike. You see the trailer? Could you see yourself talking to me for 2 hours
while you were
and 10 minutes? Me and him were just talking back and forth. He's standing right there at the door.
Able to multitask.
And he's talking. He's great.
He's like, that's fine. Do your thing.
Do your thing. And I was like, man, I don't care. Like, just keep going. So we're just he does 90% of the talking. I chime in 10% of the talking, but 90% listening. But his idea, I mentioned, man, you should do it, is approach people and ask them, hey, what do you have in your pockets? Have them pull it out.
Cool.
and then share why you have these things in your pocket.
That'll be interesting.
Exactly. The pockets have stories.
Yeah, I can imagine some people might have some drugs over there.
Exactly.
Or maybe a weapon.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's what he was saying. Cool fucking stories come out of people's pockets. I was like,
that's really cool. Or purse or something. Yeah, if there's nothing in the pocket, purse or something. I don't know.
yeah, just take
Or
a handful out of
yeah,
it.
just something in that you're carrying with you. We'd love to hear the story about one of them.
Exactly.
And you can take a picture of what they have, or no face. No
exactly.
Face. Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah, no face.
I was like, you can do this. You can. But is he gonna do it? No. Probably not. Probably not.
It's just on the shelf. The idea, it's in a bottle. It's on the shelf. It's not like it's gone. It's just on the shelf right now because you have other priorities that you're seeing through right now.
Exactly.
Because I would allocate time if we were going to really do it. Yeah.
Exactly. So great, but a good one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Good one. I thought so too.
Yeah, he came up. Okay, idea guy. Idea Asian.
A lot of people have great ideas,
Yes,
good ideas,
yes.
but it's all about
The execution.
just getting it done.
Yeah.
Getting it done.
All right. So
you know what time it is?
It's kava time.
Yeah. Woo!
Okay. Oh my god. My ears. Woo! They hurt.
All right. So this kava
Yes.
comes from thousands and thousands of miles away. Southwest from where we are in California, Sacramento. From the friendly islands of Tonga. Part of the friendly islands of that mix and grows kava. Fiji, Samoa, Vanuatu, Tonga. And this one comes from specifically the small island of Oahu. B-A-B-A, U. It's about the size of San Francisco. The grid, San Francisco. Super small, 7 by 7. And that is the island that they grow this wonderful good vibes kava from. And so, why do you drink it, Quinn? How does your mom enjoy this wonderful drink right here?
Helps her sleep.
Do you have trouble sleeping? Do you have issues? Does your mind keep racing?
Kava cold brew. We're about to take a shot of it. I'm gonna drink it.
You want the half? You want the little third?
I'll do a full.
Oh,
A full shot.
you sure?
Yes.
Is it one of those?
I'm the one that can handle it better than you.
Okay.
Yeah, because you like, you in outer space. You go somewhere else. I'm like, I'm fine.
You know where I go?
Where?
I go to that place where the pineapple only goes.
And where's that?
We there.
Sounds like you were about to say something with SpongeBob SquarePants. Because it's something, who lives underneath the...
See, there it goes. It's like chocolate milk. Woo! Not dirt water. No.
Special
This is
water.
kava tonga by the pineapple. And this does not taste like dirt water. No. No.
But yeah, I drink it for, it does a lot of things for me. It helps me feel even.
Cheers to you.
And I wake up the next day with mental clarity. Wow. I want some honey today, actually.
Oh, that's instant.
See? He feels it instantly. It creeps up on me. And I'm like, oh, there it is. Ooh, there it is. You just feel good. See, he's in outer space. But why do you drink it, pineapple? Why do you drink kava?
I drink this wonderful stuff because this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. I'm going to be providing these great vibes. And what's even better is, see, this is a kilo, or used to be, until I mixed this into the concentrate. And so we've been experimenting.
Yes.
Using AeroPresses, using French presses, using tea, using
the stovetop
espresso.
Yeah.
And they all turned out great. They all turned out and tasted wonderful. The only thing is, it takes a little bit of preparation. Finally figured out that the best way that the consumer, the customer, can be able to enjoy this efficiently and effectively is to brew it the kava-sation, the cold brew kind of way.
Just have it already made.
Exactly.
So we're preparing that.
And so you will see tomorrow, I'm going to be putting them into these 1.7 50 milliliter bottles so that you can just take your shot.
Yeah, or add it to your drink.
Or add it to your coffee drink.
Yes.
Add it to your tea. Add it to whatever it is that you would like to enjoy it with. You can enjoy it straight like we just did right now, or enjoy it with anything that you believe will make you feel better. And just allow it to just do its thing. It's going to get in there and it's just going to give you like a massage. It's going to make your feet feel lighter. It's going to make your shoulders feel like they can drop down just a bit. It'll make you feel like you lost weight and you didn't even move.
Because it gives you feathers.
Yeah.
And where you feel like you're floating. Okay. Very animated description.
Well, thank you.
Anything else about kava? Yeah, so that's what's to come. Our newest listing is the capsules. So for anyone who has a higher amount of stress or anxiety, this is for you.
Oh, yeah.
Or you really have a tough time sleeping, it is for you. So we have all samples are $5 right now. Whether you want to make your own shot, right? We have that. You want to make your own espresso shot, or you want to take a capsule. Exactly. In capsule form, where you just, pop it in. Maybe you don't have time to sit down and like make it. You just need to pop one in.
Exactly.
So that's all on our website on the Etsy. Mm-hmm. It's on our profile. So yeah. And in the description.
There it goes. And what time is it, Quinn?
It's
kava-sation time. Come out. Woohoo! Yeah.
All right, so what is the topic for our kava-sation?
The topic today is, why do you care?
And can you elaborate about what you mean about that question?
So,
like anything that you do, why do you care?
Yeah. Like, I'm curious, what comes to mind when you hear that? Why do you care? What comes to mind?
Emotions.
And why and please share emotions.
Emotions of love, emotions of caring. Obviously, caring. Why do you care? Caring. I'm just trying to describe it. Humanity. Being a human and like.
Can we get a real clear answer?
That is a very clear. How about you? Don't ask me that, but ask me a follow-up question.
Gotcha. Yes. Hey, these are some real good pants.
Thank you. Remember I gave you this answer, right?
Yes.
And then there's always the gap, like in between, like what is making you say that?
Yes. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
I just wanted to some free coaching. That's all. Continue. My apologies for messing up your flow. My apologies for being an obstacle.
You love to poke. You love to poke.
Please continue.
The reason why I say emotions is because when I think about doing something because I care, there's emotions involved, right? Mm-hmm. Like, for an example, why is it that I care about seeing my brother 3 times a week? Right? So there's like emotions about that. I'm seeing someone who I love. I'm seeing someone who I didn't get to really be there majority of his life. So he's in the worst shape of his life. And so, right? So there's emotions about that. And I have the space to really show in action of how much I care. So yeah, that's why I care, because someone that I love, someone that I didn't get to love or show love majority of my life, like, this is my chance to. So I want him to know whatever that happens, that he was like cared for and loved.
And that he was important to you?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like that. That's very personal. That's very personal.
That's where I go.
Yeah, that's a very vulnerable share.
Mm-hmm.
That's very courageous. It is. JS. Just saying.
Yeah. So, and I think a big one that I said in there was like the space to care.
Yes.
Because I can say that I care about somebody, but if I'm not showing it with my actions, do I really care? You know, or I'm saying it just because it sounds good. Like, I know I'm supposed to care, but, you know, like, I feel like people feel cared for when there's actions behind it. So, you know, I'm grateful that I've been able to create space to actually show people that I actually care.
Yeah. Like today, you just mentioned clearing up space so you can care. Was there a way that you did that today? Is there an example of that?
Well, my jog, I did, you know, I feel like movement and exercise for me is like the biggest way to release and biggest way to create space. It's one of the biggest ones. And then it's my like voice recording, which I didn't do today, but I did more of like going live and like expressing myself more like that in a community. Yeah.
Getting out there so people can see you.
Yeah. And also have my own expression, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just letting people see me in my own expression.
Right.
Yeah. And have a conversation. Yeah.
So anything that stand out in the conversation, because you mentioned, you know, about an hour ago when you were sharing about you going live, that you were actually giving out some free coaching, some advice. You know, people were giving you some scenarios. Is there one
personal scenarios?
Was there one that stood out that you can share?
Yeah, one stood out. I mean, it was a lot about relationships. About like, one of them was about breakup, right? And they don't know what to do. They feel like some silence is needed, but then they're not sure. The other person had reached back out. They don't know what to do. And so that stood out. I was giving some pointers on that. Gotcha. Like how space can be good. And also, you know, we can reply in a way that is respectful and honest, direct, and with kindness. You know, it doesn't have to be like an asshole comment. Because I know what it's like when you reach out and there's just like silence. That silence can kill people so much, especially when things are unresolved. So I was just giving an example of what it can sound like for you to say what you need, right? Like, you can acknowledge that you got the message and be like, I really need some space and time. Can I let you know when I'm ready? You know, at least something. So that stood out. Another one stood out about, like, we were just talking about codependency. They're just noticing behaviors in the other partner and they're like questioning it. Like, what does that mean? What does this mean? So I was just clarifying and helping them navigate through that.
You know, when you mentioned that, you know, like getting nothing but silence on the other end, it reminds me of the former lover that I had. And the only reason I did this is because, one, I cared. Two, it was my last hurrah and to get them back, right? And because I paid for the phone bill. That's why I did it. I sent 17 videos. It was either 17 videos or it was 30 videos.
Whoa.
One each day. right? Saying why she was great.
Whoa. You
And
were coming through.
sent it every day for 17 days, or it was 30 days. Unable to remember it now. But each video was probably about a minute and a half, 90 seconds. And because it was an iPhone, it goes right through the iMessage. Did I ever get a reply? No. But at the end of it, I was at ease.
Wow.
What?
With iPhones, you can also see if they saw it too, right? If they received it or something.
Oh, yeah. So they do have read or read receipts, right? Some people have it on. Most people don't.
Oh,
right? Doesn't matter.
Oh. But anyway.
If it says delivered, they got it.
Yeah.
They got
Wow,
it.
nothing. No acknowledgments, nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
And what was I hurt? Nah. Because
not even an ounce.
Each day that went by, I felt myself getting further away.
Because you were able to express all that you got to. You were like, I'm at peace. No? You just said each day that you sent a video, you felt like you were getting further away.
Yes.
So that was like your process of like being at, like, you were just like allowing yourself to say your last words, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was more of the validation of the action that was not shown.
Mm-hmm.
No response equals doesn't care enough. One of the two. Doesn't matter which one is which. But with each passing day that went by, proved to me, and without an answer, that they didn't care enough. And that was good with me. That was good with me. And after the first half or toward the end, I was like, dang, I don't really need to do this, but hey, I'm just going to finish because I already started.
Wow.
I already started.
You did it for how many days?
It was either 17 days or 30 days.
Oh, 17, 30. That's a big gap.
It was one of the two. One of the two. So, but
wow.
I believe it was 17. I don't know why I chose 17, but it was a good number at the time.
Wow. Okay, so silence. That silence. It wasn't a killer for you.
No.
It could be a killer for a lot of people.
Oh, for many, for sure.
Yeah, it's a killer.
Any form of communication is still, there's communication being conveyed. With or without words.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Doing nothing is still communication. And that's what I hope that most people will begin to process and know what those actions truly mean.
Yeah.
Because this thing up here tells us so much that is incorrect. We tell ourselves so many things that are more than likely untrue. More than likely.
So, what's your response to why do you care?
I'll use that for an example.
Yeah.
Why did I care so much? And the reason being was I had made a promise. I said I'd always be there. I'd always be there. Until they allowed me to go. And they eventually did. They eventually
they allow me to go.
Yeah.
Or what do you mean allow? Oh.
It was, they told me it was over. Or they didn't need to tell me it was over. They mentioned that they were moving to Europe. See? You don't have to hear the specific words. We always have some sort of script in our head that we need to hear this.
Yes. 1000%.
It's not going to normally come the way that you want it. Yeah. Because your mind is going to say, you know what? I didn't hear these exact words, so let me hold on. Let me hold on because there's still a chance. Because they didn't say the words. But their actions say way more. Their actions say way more.
Yes.
And I was actually hella relieved. Because deep down, I'd done it all. Like I was the reason why it happened.
But again, it takes two.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the reason I cared was because it was my word. It was to keep my word. Keep my word. And when they decided to go and they made the final final goodbyes and whatnot, I was like, yeah, everything was still, for me, it's always good. It's always good. And then poof, it was done. It was done. And then why do I care? In regards to everything else, in short, it's very selfish. It makes me feel good. That's essentially what it comes down to.
It feels good to care for you.
It makes when I care, it feels pure. It feels meaningful. It feels like it's worth it. It feels like it invokes good emotions. And that's the reason why I care, because it invokes those sorts of vibes. And I mentioned this to a good buddy of mine. When it feels hella good, or it's hella good for you, how is that wrong? How is that wrong? And he goes, you know what, P? That's some real shit. Think about it. Like there's many things that make us feel good, but we tell ourselves it's wrong. Why is it wrong? Why is it bad?
Only they would know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, what does actually feel good for the long run and what actually does feel good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just thinking about my days, like why do I care? Why do I care? That's specifically why. It makes me feel good. At the end of the day, like, do I really want and need to be angry? Do I need to feel irritable? Do I need to feel fearful? Do I need to feel and hold on to this fire, this anger? Do I need to feel like things are not going my way and I should complain and express? That's just me? No. I'd rather fill in the gaps. I'd rather be there for the people that I care for. Like today, for example, I was supposed to go on a ride, right? It was around noontime, and a couple cycling buddies, they were going on a super fast ride. It's the lunch ride out here in Sacramento that goes to the airport and back, right? It's about 18, 20 miles, quick 45 minutes, right? To prep for this weekend's ride. And I had mentioned to them I was going to go. And when I say something, I normally keep my word. But today, the little nieces and nephews, they're off of school for this week.
Yeah, because
it's Thanksgiving week. And so my brother went to work. And normally his significant other, if she's here, working from home, working, remotely. But today she had to go to the office. They asked everybody to go in. So who is gonna fill in the gap? And that's what my brother asked. Hey, you gonna be at the house or you gonna be around? I go, yeah. They go, could you watch the little ones? I was like, of course. And they're gonna go with me to the coffee shop or whatnot. And it just so happens it was 10:30, 10:15 when he asked me. I immediately texted my buddies and said, I'm not gonna be able to make it. And then not even 5 minutes later, Quinn's texted me, hey, I need you to pick me up. Can you do that? I go, yeah, of course.
Oh, wow. That's why you're available this morning.
Wait,
hold on. What were they this morning then? Because you picked me up.
So my brother texted me at 11:40.
Oh, so you never minded at all?
Say, hey, I got RTO'd.
Oh.
Basically meaning I got off early.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's awesome.
So I'm coming back to the house. You can go ahead.
That's funny.
And so I was like, you sure? I'm going to take you to the thing to pick up Quinn, and we're going to go to the coffee shop. And he goes, no, just leave him. So I waited until he got here, which was
that's why. Oh, my gosh.
And as soon as he got here, because I don't want to leave kids by themselves.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's weird.
Like,
that feels weird.
But people do it all the time. You know, it's understandable.
Yeah.
Because it's safe within the home.
Yeah.
I just would not feel or be able to forgive myself.
Yeah, if something was to
happen.
Yeah. See, that's what I read through my head too. I was like, wait, am I gonna regret this? Peace of mind. Peace of mind.
Just because I wanted to leave?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, you could not live with yourself. You have a really difficult time living with yourself.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, waited for him to get here, and as soon as he got here, then I took off and came pick you up. We went to your appointment. Went to do some other things. Got
Coffee
some really
shop?
good
got
some
food.
content, some food,
Content, yeah.
And
drop me off.
Exactly. And then flowed.
But what's the point of this? We're talking about why you care. Yes. Feels good.
Why it feels great.
Yes. Oh yeah, and then you
to
talk about
be
nieces
there.
To be there
for the people you care for.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
that's just me. That's just me. I understand that we all need to make money. We need to survive. I get it. But there will come a time where you have enough, hopefully, or you've come up with that definition for yourself of what is enough. And that when you do reach that point, you will allow yourself a little time, a little space to create what you would like to do with your life to make it more meaningful. Because there's stages.
Yeah.
There are stages when it comes to a good life, a meaningful life.
Mm.
And this right here would be just a simple question as to help, stoke some ideas, stoke a little fire to bring up some thoughts. See, because if you don't care, we normally are closed off, right? And feel cold, and we can be cold. So there it goes. Any last thoughts, Miss Quinn, before we head out?
Caring. Yeah, I guess caring feels good to care.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be hard to care if you don't feel good.
Yeah. If you don't
and have this, like I said, have the space to care.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds so cliche and it sounds so simple. Take care of yourself first. Take care.
Yeah, we hear it too all the time.
It's so nice.
It's so nice.
It is so nice. But, and then it's that big but. We need to survive first.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
First.
Survival is first, and then go from there.
Yeah, but there is a point, where there is the survival, and you can, keep your dignity. You can put yourself first in a little way. One of those ways, real quickly, is to stand up for yourself. Keep your word to yourself in a little, small way. Like, for example, when it comes to your health, being able to do one small, important act, to keep this vessel, the gift that you have, if it's healthy right now, to keep it that way. So, anything else, Miss Quinn?
No, that's it.
Cool. Well, like always, I always leave us with two things. I wish you enough. I wish you enough. And what do I mean by that? I wish you enough darkness. I wish you enough sadness. Just enough. Not a lot. Just enough sadness so you can appreciate the sunny days, the good days, the times that are great. Because when it does shift again, it's to remind us of how good we normally have it before it adjusts again. And you can have an even more bigger, fresher perspective on how you see everything. So, wishing you enough in that way. And then from this lovely woman, I'm going to keep saying it every single night. It's from the book, Humans. And it's this woman who, in World War II, she was from Poland. When World War II came about and the war forced people to flee from Poland, this woman right here went to Jerusalem. Her family was supposed to follow, but they never made it. And they used to write letters to each other, and one day it stopped. It stopped coming. And she always recites a blessing that her mother had given her. And it's in Hebrew, and this is the English translation. Wherever you go, may people always recognize that you have a beautiful heart. It's fucking beautiful, man. It is fucking beautiful. And with that said, I'm the Pineapple on the Pineapple. That's the quick for the win.
Thanks for tuning
Keep spreading
in.
your love, your good vibes, and that wonderful smiley
See you
vibe.
tomorrow.
Stay magical, room.